皆さん、こんばんは。そして、語学日本語へようこそ。今日のテーマは Present Plain Volitional Verb Form です。いつか日本に行きましょう because it's beautiful. So, by the end of this video, you're going to know why we use volitional form in Japanese, be able to identify group 1, group 2, and group 3 verbs if you don't know already, and be able to write group 1, group 2, and group 3 verbs in present plain volitional form. Super important. So, first of all, なんでしょう? Well, first up, this is the casual let's form of verbs in present tense. It's used when you're inviting your friends and family to activities. So, like, shall we? Initiating actions, let's. Urging or suggesting actions, otherwise, let's. And talking about your own future plans. And I'll just touch on that briefly. So, let's get on with it, eh? Group 1 verbs. They are verbs, remember, that have two or more hiragana in front of the masho, and the hiragana directly in front of the masho makes an I sound. We call these group 1. For example, tachimasho, yomimasho, iimasho. Changing them into present plain volitional form, we keep the consonant and change the I sound into an O sound, and we need to add an U at the very end. So yomimasho becomes yomo, tachimasho becomes tato, and imasho becomes io because there is no consonant. So let's have a look at a couple of examples together. Here we have yomimasho. Remember, we have a mi here plus masho. It's group 1. We're going to keep that kanji yo. We're going to keep that consonant, the M. We're going to change that I sound to an O sound. So it becomes mo. And we need to make sure we add an U at the end. Yomo, let's read. You say yomoka, shall we read? Uta imasho, the I, there's no consonant, so we need to change that whole sound to an O. So uta, O plus an U at the very end, which is super important. If you use this with your mates, probably you're going to all go to karaoke. If you say it with gusto, I highly recommend it because everyone will be on board for a karaoke party. So group 2 verbs. They're verbs that have one hiragana in front of the masho. For example, imasho, kimasho, mimasho. Verbs that have two or more hiragana in front of the masho, and the hiragana directly in front of the masho makes an S sound. For example, tabemasho, kangaemasho, wasuremasho. And verbs that seem to be in group 1 but are exceptions. So orimasho is an example to get off. Changing them into present plain volitional form, you need to take off the masho and add yo. That's it. Tabemasho becomes ta be yo. Imasho becomes yo. Kangaemasho becomes kangae yo. But be careful, dekimasho does not have a volitional form. So it doesn't exist in volitional form, just be careful. So tabemasho, let's have a bit of a look. Because it's be, we know that it's group 2. All you do is take off that masho. Can you remember what you need to add? I'm assuming you're saying yo because it's really that easy. So tabe, yo, really important when you want to eat, and especially with your mates. You just yell out tabeyo, tabeyo. Let's eat. Group 3. Just remember these are a bit strange. You have to know them off by heart. Shimasho becomes shio. Kimasho becomes koyo. That's something you need to be really careful about. Motte kimasho becomes motte koyo, and ikimasho becomes iko. Again, probably iko is a really common one. When you want to inspire people to start moving, is iko, let's go. A really good way to get people moving. So just remember it off by heart. Seriously, Jia, it's your turn to have a crack. Write the following into plain form. Eiga o mimashou, sushi o tabemashou ka, kohi o nomimashou, 昼ご飯にピザを作りましょうか。土曜日に餃子の歌を歌いましょう。犬と散歩しましょうか。午後日本語を忘れましょう。But please don't! And lastly, 私と夜に音楽を聴きましょう。So pause here, and if you want to check out the answers, go to the next slide, and we'll go through the answers together. but make sure you have a go by yourself. And when you're doing ka in volitional form as a question, leave the ka in there, and I'll show you what that looks like in a sec. So pause if you wanted to. Answers. 映画を見よう. Sushi o tabiyou ka? See how we've left that ka there? It implies like, shall we? Rather than let's. コーヒーを飲もう. Sensei to hiru gohan ni pizza wo tsukurou ka? Of course. Again, we're keeping that ka because it's shall we. 土曜日に餃子の歌を歌おう. 犬と散歩しようか? Last, again, we're keeping that ka because we're saying shall we. 午後日本語を忘れよう. And lastly, 私と夜に音楽を聴こう. Now, we're going to talk really briefly about future. Here, like, you could add kana at the end, and it's like, I'll probably drink coffee in the future, right? You could also say to omou, just another way of saying like in the future. So I think I'll drink coffee. Just try it. You know, you don't have to, but this is a nice way to vary up your sentences and try different grammar. So if you want to get higher end marks and express yourself, maybe this is a good way to do it. So your bonus time, declining invitation, say, let's go to ramen tomorrow. Maybe this guy's asking you, 明日ラーメンを食べよう with gusto, he says. 明日ですか? 明日はちょっと. So that could be your response, meaning you don't really feel like going tomorrow. Or you could say, ラーメンはちょっと. Or you could even say like, ラーメンですか? Implying that you don't really like ramen. So, he'd have to come up, or they'd have to come up with a different response or a different answer. And that's it. 今日の午後日本語でした。本当にありがとうございました。タカ先生でした。